For decades, the world has seen Angelina Jolie as one of the strongest women in Hollywood, a movie star, a humanitarian, and a devoted mother to 6 children. But behind that powerful image is a life shaped by abandonment, rebellion, and emotional battles that began long before the fame. Before the red carpets and global admiration, Angelina Jolie was a lonely young girl growing up in the shadow of a broken family. And the pain of that childhood would follow her into adulthood, influencing her relationships, her decisions, and the dramatic path her life would take. Angelina Jolie was born in Los Angeles in 1975 to actor Jon Voight and actress Marceline Bertrand. From the outside, it looked like she was born into Hollywood royalty, but the reality inside the family was very different. When Angelina was still a baby, her parents separated, leaving her mother to raise Angelina and her brother mostly on her own. Her mother moved the children away from the Hollywood spotlight and tried to give them a normal life, but the absence of her father left a deep emotional wound that Angelina would later speak about many times. As a child, Angelina often felt different from other kids. She struggled with self-confidence and sometimes felt like she did not belong anywhere. Her mother tried to support her love for movies and acting, often watching films together at home. Those moments became one of the few bright places in her childhood. But as Angelina entered her teenage years, the emotional weight she carried began to grow heavier. She started to feel isolated and angry, emotions that would soon lead her down a darker path. By the age of 14, Angelina had dropped out of high school and began living with her boyfriend. It was a rebellious time filled with confusion and emotional turmoil. She later admitted that she struggled deeply with depression and identity. Acting became one of the only outlets where she could release the intense emotions she was feeling. Teachers at the acting school noticed something unusual about her performances. They were raw, powerful, and sometimes painfully real. Angelina was not just acting, she was channeling her own life experiences into every role. Her career slowly began to grow in the 1990s as Hollywood started to notice her unique presence on screen. Angelina was not like the typical young actress trying to fit the mold of a perfect movie star. She was bold, unpredictable, and sometimes controversial. That image only grew stronger when her personal life started making headlines. Her marriage to actor Johnny Lee Miller surprised many fans, especially when she wore a white shirt with his name written in her own blood during their wedding. The moment shocked Hollywood and established Angelina Jolie as one of the most unconventional celebrities of her time. After that relationship ended, Angelina entered another intense romance with actor Billy Bob Thornton. Their relationship became one of the most talked about love stories in Hollywood. The two openly displayed their passion, even wearing small vials of each other's blood around their necks. For the media, it was scandalous and fascinating at the same time. But behind the dramatic headlines, Angelina was still searching for something deeper, stability, purpose, and a sense of family that she felt had been missing since childhood. Everything began to change when Angelina traveled to Cambodia while filming the movie Lara Croft Tomb Raider. During that trip, she witnessed poverty and humanitarian crises that deeply affected her. It was a turning point in her life. Soon after, she adopted her first child, a young boy named Maddox from Cambodia. Becoming a mother changed the direction of her life in a powerful way. For the first time, she felt a strong sense of responsibility and purpose beyond Hollywood fame. Angelina continued to expand her family through adoption and later through biological children. Her humanitarian work also grew as she became deeply involved in global refugee issues. Around the same time, another major chapter of her life was beginning. While filming Mr. and Mrs. Smith, she met actor Brad Pitt. The chemistry between them was undeniable. Their relationship quickly became one of the most talked about romances in the world. Soon, the media created a name for the couple that would dominate headlines for years, Brangelina. Angelina and Brad Pitt built a life together that looked almost like a modern fairy tale. They traveled the world, raised 6 children together, and appeared to be one of the most powerful couples in Hollywood. Fans admired their commitment to family and humanitarian work. But behind the glamorous image, there were pressures that slowly began to build. Fame, constant media attention, and the challenges of balancing career and family life created tension that few outsiders could truly understand. In 2016, the world was stunned when Angelina Jolie filed for divorce from Brad Pitt. The breakup marked one of the most famous relationships in Hollywood history. The separation quickly became complicated, involving legal battles and emotional struggles surrounding their children. For Angelina, it was another painful chapter that forced her to confront personal battles once again. But it was also a moment where she chose to focus entirely on protecting her children and rebuilding stability for her family. Despite everything Angelina Jolie has endured throughout her life, she has continued to move forward. She remains dedicated to humanitarian work and to raising her children with the values she believes in. Many people see her as a symbol of resilience, someone who has faced heartbreak, public scrutiny, and personal struggles, yet still continues to stand strong. Her life story is not simply about fame or Hollywood success. It is about survival, transformation, and the search for meaning beyond the spotlight. Today, Angelina Jolie is no longer just the rebellious actress who shocked Hollywood decades ago. She is a mother, a humanitarian, and a woman who has spent years rebuilding her life piece by piece. The world may see the glamorous image on magazine covers, but the real story behind that image is far more complex. It is the story of a girl who grew up feeling abandoned, a woman who faced love and loss under the brightest spotlight, and someone who continues to fight quietly for a better future for her family and for people around the world.